Hello lords and ladies of the realm, MrAshleeD here and welcome back to another Katawa Shoujo video stuff. When we left off, we were talking to Muto and Misha just barged in, being Misha, of course. Being lovely Misha. And she, wanted something, so here we go. Let's continue onwards. We need help. We're running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress. She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood! Plywood is always the problem! It is. Plywood is a terrible, terrible problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little. But that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left. So you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? She said I meant the president thought that a teacher would know if there is plywood. Was she wrong? Muto looks as if he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence. And Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood at the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. Oh, what should I do? Perhaps try and find Mr. Namoya. Oh crap. New name! It's a new name! Try and pronounce Namoya? Namaya? Namaya, I'm going with Namaya. Mr. Namaya. I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time, we're so busy! She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it is possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we are falling behind the schedule. Muto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if he could get some temporary help. Oh God. He switches to staring at me focusedly, with a hard expression, trying to say, "Go make some friends." Ellipses. I guess I could give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Hisao, you were really nice. I hate you. She pauses, does a double take, then points at me with her fingers, yapping, "Ah!" and looks very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Hisao doing here? Class is over. You should be out having fun. We each had a little chat. Oh no, it's not attention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hisao? No, I'm not. Is Hisao in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. Muto sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So, what do you need? Here's a list. I can try and find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implication of whether I'm joining the council or not. Aww. Still, thanks, Hisao. Try to be quick. We're in stall building streak right now. Must hurry, hurry, hurry. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. Now you have something to do. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting, there's undoubtedly Suzune's. I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belong to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room, thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least it looks like the right place. The room is flushed in sunlight from the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks, specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody who... Something catches my eye, and I stop mid-sentence. And here we have girl number 5. Yeah, anyway, or 6, or 7, depending who you count. Sitting on the desk is a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform, with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This is an odd way of dining, seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me back even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner, very still, but I still somehow took her as part of the furnishing or a statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open. Suddenly remember I didn't finish my sentence, and trying to think if I should. This weird stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Hello. The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth, and is now staring at me tongue twisters, I don't know why. Let's carry on. And it's now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here, for some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there'd be someone in here. There isn't, that's why I came here too. She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows, as if she suspected my observation was false. You are pretty observant, I guess it does. But who are you? This girl's pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai, hi so Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now. That's very nice. Your deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's talking about shaking hands or not. It kinda bothers me. Talking about these matters doesn't seem appropriate at all. While I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, she seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food. Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind. If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch? School's already over for the day. What word would you use then? There is no word for a meal that you eat after lunch before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you were supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks... It is decisive, yeah. Rin once again picks up a fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me. So Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for things. No, the school. From outside you look fine. Is your problem inside? I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people. Ring cuts me off before I can answer her question, or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which one I would have done. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't even told anyone about my condition. Maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling I'm not making issues of this as a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Suzune's circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly competitive, contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants! This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widened in revelation and astonishment. So I was right, there is something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still partially in shock but recognising the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I think of. No, nothing like that, I have a heart problem, arrhythmia. I said it. More like blurted out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glows at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. The trouble in the pants would be much more scandalous. What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to have let you down. I forgive you, I collect people, and a person with, that kind of problem would be really great. Collect people? People with different problems. Ah, so you just go around asking people what's wrong with them. Pretty much. I see. Ellipses. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already, or heard about it from someone else, or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introduction is expected of me? I am Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Or maybe this Tezuka girl has just an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is a burnt auburn, almost orange and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty, except for her murky eyes which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep walls. She moves her feet almost deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me a bit uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but is it too late? But it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try and force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone on this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors. Maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. That's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again, as Rin forks the last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down my hole and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. It's very nice of you. Don't feel obliged to say, I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at this point good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine then, I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes. That intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's not actually looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile on her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room as I shut the door in front of my face. I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that... What did you hear? Oh, God. Not Misha. I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approach despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she's gone into jumping distance me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. No, wait, more importantly, who's in there? There's no club meetings today. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here? You took so long and we had to come and check what's wrong. That's so good, Hishan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you were tardy. Sorry, I got the things here. Was just going to bring them. I think you're up to some mischief, Hishan. Who was in there with you, I wonder? Misha signed something quickly to Sune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Sune immediately pushes her way past and opens the door of the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders, from suppressed rage I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses and slams the door shut, turning a sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. Hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realise that she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello. And with that, we'll end, because I don't feel like reading. Sorry, I've been really boring doing this, because I'm tired. And reading whilst tired is difficult. Anyway. Actually, yes, I am now yawning. Great. Okay. Anyway, guys, if you liked the episode and you liked the Katawa Shoujo series, please leave a like, of course, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I always love a new addition to the realm, and I will see you guys later.